Hey there, everybody. How are you all doing today? Welcome back, and how you doing, Farmer Marks? Okay, let me check that's working. That's fine. Right, so let's jump into the game and see what's going on. Also, it is on PV WolfCreek. There we go. So I'm doing a little bit of forestry to start off with. I'm kind of clearing this little area down here. Obviously, it's down near my Sam Adams brewery at the back of there. So for anyone who doesn't have a clue where the heck that is on the map, so it's right down the bottom here, and I'm kind of making a kind of a funky shaped field. Obviously, eventually I do want to purchase some of the land further down here, so I can actually expand this out a little bit more, make a half decent sized field later on. But for now, I'm just going to carry on doing this little area anyway. So there we go. But yeah, how are you doing, Farmer Marks, and anybody else who's out there at the minute? So I do have something to show off in a bit. I'm going to want a few more people in chat if possible before I do that. So I know Mr. T Miller's been showing it off in his stream a little bit, but also I have updated it today. And basically it is the old liquid tanker that we had on 19 for PB County and Uncharted and all that. There we go. All these trees are a pain in the kicking the butt. There we go, there's that one, there's that one. Yep, so there we go. So yeah, as you can see, it is April 3rd, which is the third quarter of the month. So obviously I'm running 3-day seasons at the minute. So obviously this is the end of April. Obviously one of the big issues I've had is obviously grain crops. I totally forgot all about adding them in. Obviously end of last year, my silly fault. For some weird reason I thought they were later on, or earlier on in the year, should say, planting, but yeah, oh well. I've got most of what I want in for the minute anyway, so I'm kind of really setting up for obviously the next month, and going from there really. One of my big aims at the minute is to get a lot of the factories filled up with their grains that we need. So I've been doing a little bit on the map since I last streamed on Friday, and actually talking about that, actually that's kind of funky. I've been playing around with some of the settings, and you might notice every now and again some of the buildings might come in a bit weird, or parts of it aren't showing. It's just the way I've set them up for the minute. Still playing, seeing if I can make them a little bit better. Obviously, one thing I have noticed with some other streamers is where they've added more and more factories, their frame rates are dropping. One in particular, who will remain nameless, is basically taken one whole big area and plugged them all down in one spot. Bless his cotton socks. Personally, I would have spread them around the map a little bit more, but yeah. Hopefully, it'll be okay anyway. So yeah, terrain in the distance will be slightly off, I think, with that. And actually, I just realised I've not got Discord or anything open yet. It was kind of a last minute thing really. Obviously one thing I want to try and get into is a regular streaming cycle again. Hey King Ari, how you doing, buddy? The vehicles you're only using is what? And only gives you wood chips. So the thing on the front here, this is the Brock Solon Wob by Big Daddy. It basically chops your trees up, wood chips them, then you can unload them by the pipe at the top here. Obviously I know that Mr. T Miller, he's got obviously the Trex, which is basically the same but a vehicle itself. You can, well here you go, actually, obviously it's just that little bit on the front, so let me just disconnect so you can see what I'm on about. So it's literally just going to be this part here. Obviously this front part will unfold. It does have obviously the stump grinder there. It's on the SGA website under Big Daddy. Yeah. And obviously when you go into the shop it will be under tools, and forestry equipment. And obviously you have to scroll across and it's right there. Obviously it does have multiple capacities. If you wanted even more, you're more welcome to edit it. But that is it. It's very simple. I know he was planning on maybe trying to make it colorable, but yeah, hasn't actually got around to doing that yet. But yeah, obviously as this was released by Big Daddy, who was the original modder, that's why I'm supporting that over the Trex that was released without Black Sheep Modding's permission with the pipe. But if you want to use that, you're more than welcome to as well. You are very, very welcome. And obviously, if you guys have got any questions about the map, obviously this is WolfCreek, but Uncharted or any of the other maps, you're more than welcome to drop it in chat, and also try and help as much as I can. Let's get some last tree, and then what I'll do is I'll put up Discord, and obviously if Mr. Dave or anybody else wants to join in, they're more than welcome to. Obviously Mr. Dashnet will be going live later on, guys, so make sure that you're following him, and obviously check him out later. He is probably going to be doing a little bit of map making later, so I'll give him a shout out. Helps if I can spell his name right. D-A-J, there it is. There you go, really easy to set up, get a button box or something, but yeah, make sure to click on that link, go over, give him a follow, check out the progress of obviously his new map. Actually, don't need that over now. Yeah, so as you can see there, the texture just sort of phasing in. That is where I've been just playing around with some of the settings. So do not worry too much about it. It's just really to help with the game performance, hopefully, if I've done it right. But yeah, you're very, very welcome. You love my bucket. Ah, cool. Yeah, obviously, it was meant just for this map, depending obviously which one you got, really. Obviously there is one under the PV mods, I believe I put it, did I? Yeah, just there, the mining bucket. Obviously it will only do your mining materials. There was another one that I did a while ago. I'm not even sure if it's still up there. I can't remember anymore. But obviously there's the telehandler bucket. But there was obviously this one as well, which will do all of them, which is exactly the same as the mining. But obviously I haven't actually got around to doing the decals and stuff on there. Right, so let me just tab out a sec, get Discord up. But yeah, if you want any good mods that are tested and trouble-free, definitely go over, check out the SGA website. And which one am I missing? Which one am I missing? Discord. Where's Discord? There it is, right there. Make sure that that's on. And let's jump in. I see. Oh, Mr. Dave is there. Cool. Hello, boss. How you doing?
Alrighty, how are you?
Not too bad, thanks.
Awesome.
Cool. Actually, as I'm actually in the shop and I've got a few viewers, I'll probably show this off again later, but they're obviously, I know T Miller has been showing it off, but obviously one thing that a couple of us have been doing, so Mr. Culp 68, I would recommend checking him out, started converting the liquid trailer. Let me give me Mr. Culp a shout out first of all. Um, yeah, so the liquid trailer from 19. Obviously, he had a few warnings, a few errors, wasn't quite sure exactly how to fix them. So obviously, I took it off his hands and finished it off. And for anyone who hasn't seen this, obviously, I have updated it today. So anybody who's currently got it, make sure to get the update. I did send links out. Obviously, this is going to be added to the mod folder switcher for whenever the next update is. I could also release it if Dave wanted to. So this is just going to be a nice, simple one.
Whatever you want to do, but I will add it into that.
Yeah, okay. So I'll probably get a link up later for you guys on the website temporarily. So obviously standard. So you're gonna have lots of different color options on the actual tank itself. You could have it pink if you wanted to. Well, that's quite nice. Um, One thing I have added in is rim color options as well. Let's go for, as you can see there now, actually work as well. Well, that's one thing that was missing in the 19 version. Obviously capacity wise, you have the standard 30,000 litres. The extension 1 it goes up to 50,000. Extension 2 75,000, and obviously up to 100,000 on extension 3 back to standard. Obviously, it will cost a little bit extra for those extensions on their capacities. The other thing that's also in this is some decals on the side. Now I'm actually going to change the colour just to make this a little bit better. So obviously standard you could have just plain if you wanted to, but obviously there is a Shell fuel logo there as well. I've actually gone through and named them appropriately because they were missing that. Obviously, you got Mr. Dashnet Mods himself, his own trailer there. He can even have his own colour if I can remember which one it is. I think it's that one. There we go. Nice shiny Dashnet colour.
And can I do something?
Can you do something? Yeah. Well,
Can you do something
can I do
for
something?
releasing it?
I could do it. Yeah. SGA one.
You know the Dad's Net Mods logo?
Yep.
The pvmods.com, we're
Remove
change it
that.
to
Oh.
simgamealliance.com or
All
just
right.
remove it.
Yeah, I can do
And
that.
that's all.
Yeah, I'll tweak that and then
That's all.
release that.
If you want it, because we're gonna be that website we're gonna let expire, and I think it expires in October.
All right. Okay. Cool. Phew. One nice thing to worry about. So yeah, just anybody, make sure you go to the Sim Game Alliance website, sign up, and yeah. So yeah, obviously I'll fix that. Um, obviously the Facebook is still available for anybody. Obviously,
Yeah.
if you
Yep.
need any answers straight away, go on to the Facebook PV Mods website or Facebook group, I should say. Obviously, yeah, there's a lot of people on all the time. I'm probably nine times out of 10 answering the questions on there anyway.
Ten
Um,
times out of ten.
10 times, yeah. Oh, there's a few that I didn't know. So anyway, go back to
Yeah, I
these
know.
configurations. So obviously we do have a flame one if you wanted to. So let me change that to the black just to show up a little bit better. Not sure what the flames were for actually for. Same with obviously the water. Mm,
Just
but
different,
yeah,
a couple basic designs.
there you
Well,
go.
the water you could do for holding water.
Yeah, you could obviously do that if you wanted to. But obviously if
Can't
you
hold
carry on,
fire.
yeah, obviously if you click, oh, could give it a try, I suppose. Obviously if you click through there's about 15 to 16 different companies here. I've left all the ones that were 19 on here for the simple fact they may or may not be coming in the next map. Who knows? So obviously we've got the 3M one there. We've got the Cogent, which was for anyone who played the 19 or is what be watching like Team there. It's the storage for the forestry products. Obviously, I've just left that as it is as well. Obviously, you've got Borden Dairy. That's one I do want to work on to try and get in for the next map actually. Obviously, got your Pleasant Valley Landscaping. Hey, Reese Cups 9. How you doing, buddy? Welcome in, and thank you very much for the follow the other day as well. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, carrying on with this. So obviously you got Slurry Tough. You got Southern Water. Actually, that is one that we have over in the UK as well. So I might be using that personally as well. Obviously you got Roundup Weed Killer, option 1 and option 2. You've got the AVO, which for anyone who doesn't know, it's an American vegetable oil company. That's another one that I definitely want to bring back actually. Might have to just
We're gonna have
shrink
to
that.
put a lot of liquid triggers, fill triggers
Well, one thing I was doing earlier, because I know
on
T
some of the
Miller was
factories.
trying earlier, is he was trying to get the, oh heck, what was it? The glue to fill up. But it turned out he was hitting the wrong key. It does actually work. So we'll pick up your glue, your resin from pallets as well as any liquids and stuff. By the way, guys, just make sure you drive up next to it, hit the R key, and it will load up. You don't have to unfold any covers or anything with this one. Obviously, we still do have the old black diamond. Maybe coming back, maybe not. Who shall see? We shall see. Depending if we can get obviously like oil wells and stuff into the next map, or if Dave can, we'll see about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, one that I did add. This is just for Mr. Reaper, because obviously this is the new company that he's actually working for. For anybody who wasn't aware, Mr. MP7 Reaper used to work for Black Diamond. Obviously, he kind of changed jobs quite recently, and obviously this is the new one. So obviously he can have that as well. I've sent that over to him just to test. But obviously, if it was in like the orange color, it does look really quite good, I think, against obviously the company logo. So that's pretty much it regarding the decals now. Obviously, I may go through, add maybe a couple more, I don't know. But for now, at least, that is going to be the decal side of thing. The other one thing that I have done, that it was actually quite easy to do. I've also gone through, and on the back, it now has its own license plate as well that you can customize. Obviously, you've got the, I don't know, let me do, let's see if I can do this. Hi. Hi, well, yeah, but you get the idea anyway. Obviously, you can change it to the first type as well, and obviously it will update. And obviously, it is the PV mods or PV WolfCreek one as well. So that was kind of fun to get in place and everything. So for obviously Mr. Reaper, T Miller, obviously Dave, if you've got it as well, download it. Make sure to get it updated. It was done this afternoon, adding in obviously the license plate, and obviously it's kind of cheap as well. So 97-ish grand for that. And yeah, there you go. So that obviously will be with the update. Once I've obviously gone through and removed this, maybe put the SGA website on there instead. Obviously that will be then released. What I'll probably do is put it up on the website first, so anybody can grab it. Obviously I'm not going to be streaming now till Friday, so I could even dish it out then, and then again on Dave's stream if need be. So yeah, I like that. It's kind of nice. I'm kind of happy as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, thank you to Mr. Culp, obviously, for obviously starting that off, getting it converted over. Yep, very very nice job. So anyway, that is going to be coming anyway. So now I've shown that, I can get on with what I was going to do. So trees are removed. So yeah, how's Mr. David? What are you up to today then?
Oh, nothing much yet. Just waking up. That's what I'm up to.
Just waking up. That's terrible. Fair enough.
Eh.
Right, so I need to send this guy somewhere over here, I think. So, a couple of things I want to try and do, sort of today or over the next couple of days, is make a couple of new fields. So, let me go into the right screen to help. Obviously, I'm thinking down here, maybe adding a field. I do eventually want to make it into like a industrial area for the Dell and Copper by Design. But till I can actually afford to buy them, I might as well create a field and utilize it while it's being left alone at the minute. So that's one area I want to focus on probably today. I also want to look at up here at creating another field as well. Because obviously at the minute, as I'm working my way around, I'm trying to make those additional fields. So I've got the extra crops. I do still have a few in here to purchase at some point. One thing I was doing over the weekend, and I'll jump over there now, is kind of got me thinking. Is there was a question that was put in Dave's chat the other day about a product, and at that time I had no idea. I didn't even realise it was in the map yet. And it turned out it was actually a product that is in the Campbell's factory. So what I've actually done to try and catch some of you guys up, I've taken a 10 million loan out. Obviously there's a mod on the in-game mod hub that allows you to do that. So I've literally maxed that right out. And what I've actually done is started creating a little industrial area up here. It was mainly the buildings and the trees that cost a lot. The landscaping didn't cost me anything because I've got a bit of a cheaty mod. So obviously what I've done is I've got Campbell's at the front, and directly behind that I put Ken's and I put Heinz down. So obviously that's going to pretty much do most of the food. I know I've still got Grumpy Dwarf's stock factory to place down at some point. But at least I can start getting these filled up, get some of the products running in them. And if you haven't seen some of these buildings, the Heinz and the Ken's factories are very cool. If you actually go into them, and probably some of you guys who are kind of new may not have seen this yet. Hey, Green Thumb Farmer, how you doing? If you come through this second door here, on either side of both the buildings, there's another one just there. There is elevators. You can actually go up in them. So you just come over to them, click your obviously left mouse button. So the doors open and you can actually go up. I love this. This is a great feature that Dave added to the 19.1s. Obviously, when it was converted by me, I was able to get it to work. Obviously, it will stop on the first floor, which is eventually. I'm going to jump out actually. I'll use the other elevator in a sec. Which will eventually, probably in this area here, we'll have some palette visuals added, same as it was in 19 for the input products. Let me go over to the other side. And obviously I'll jump in the other elevator. Obviously this is going to take a moment just to come up. If I go there, you can actually see it coming up. So this is obviously the opposite side. Then we can actually go up onto the roof and have a look out over the actual map itself. Out of curiosity, Green Thumb Farmer, just well, not a curiosity, but to let you know, I did mention to NBC about what you were mentioning in Dave's stream yesterday. He's going to look at them and get them sorted out and the map updated.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about it.
Yeah,
My bad.
I was paying attention. That's kind of why I
You
got called out.
usually are.
Yeah, that's why I got called out yesterday, next man stream. So, yeah. Right, come on, come on. Are we there? There we go. So we're on to the roof now. And one thing, if you guys weren't aware, you can actually climb these towers as well. I love. Oh, hello, Cowboy Max. How are you doing, buddy? And Mr. T Miller, how is it going, buddy? I need to give some shout outs. Alright, so let me do shout out for Mr. Let's go for Mr. Cowboy Mike's first of all. Make sure to go over and check him out when he is streaming. He's a great streamer. And we'll do Mr. T Miller. I know most of you guys are probably following him, but I might as well give everyone a shout out. Da, 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 da. Hopefully there's no cooldown. Yep, there we go. Cool. There we go. You are very, very welcome, buddy. And how is it going? You're just chilling, making the rounds? Ah. Oh, thanks for popping in, buddy. And hopefully you can stick around. Obviously, one thing I will say as well, Mr. T Miller is currently doing a fundraising month. So make sure to go over and check out his streams. If you do have anything to donate, please do so, because it is a good charity. Helps a lot of people. The only thing I didn't notice actually when I came up here the other day is the barriers seem to be reversed. So you kind of have to jump.
Oh,
Jump over them.
yeah, it's a
There we go.
model issue. It's all solid
Yeah,
piece. You have to jump
yeah,
over the last piece.
kind of a bit of a pain, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, this definitely is well worth the climb. Just to look over the map, it is kind of cool. Even the outside looks kind of cool. I like it. I could sit there all day, but I've got work to do. And then you can just jump down or take the elevator if you want. Obviously that is both the Heinz and the Ken's factory that have the elevator. Also, if I remember rightly, Campbell's has got an elevator or something in it as well. I can't remember now. But obviously, yeah, I've got obviously the displays placed down. Did this one have an elevator? No, it didn't.
It,
It does
that
have
one
the
did not.
reefer in it. Oh, hello. I've missed a... I missed that. What if I can
The
get that
door
working again?
inside? Oh, the
It's the
digital
display.
display.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get that
Does that
working.
door work?
Yep, the door works on the inside. Obviously, this is
So
meant to
that,
be a kind of a storage reefer refrigerator. Because obviously the fans on top for your product. So eventually, if I can get these animated as well, I'll give it a try. I've never done the rotations, so I'll have to look at Dave's little windmill.
yeah.
see how that works. But yeah, this is going to be obviously for your output products. Probably going to end up having like a row of each output product, but this was the main one. Try to remember what it was now. I'm gonna have to look in the menu. It was, yeah, the chicken dumpling soup. Somebody mentioned it in Dave's stream, and obviously I hadn't done this Campbell's in such a long time. Yeah, I totally forgot all about these. So this is why I'm trying to push on, get some of these working. But all these doors work. You can go up the stairs if you want to. But yeah, eventually, obviously another thing as well I quite like is obviously in here you got the little fill levels on each of these silos, so it's kind of nice as well. Don't know why I'm showing them off again, but I am. But yeah, you're very, very welcome. Okay, last night stream, so much fun with Wreckfest. Yeah, they were definitely having a great time doing a bit of Wreckfest last night. Okay, so you have arrived over here. I need my other dude first. So I need to finish this field off now. Actually, last night I was doing a bit of ATS for a change. And actually I was doing quite well, didn't crash. Came right near the end of where the last drop was, and some stupid AI vehicle decided to run in the side of me. Caused 3% damage to my truck. I thought, oh, you sods. So, yeah. But like a lot of people, yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit bored, maybe a bit burnt out on farm sim, but I do keep playing it, that's the problem. I come back to it very quickly, that's for sure. There we go. Fun and games. Right, so just thinking actually, what have I actually got left to put down now? So in here, so I should have. Right, one thing I haven't got put down yet is obviously the feed mixer. But I've been pretty much just buying the pig feed. I should really put them down at some point, but I've got pretty much all that down there. One other thing we do need at some point, if Dave's going to add it, is obviously the products for the pie factory that Grumpy did. I'm not sure if you're going to add it in or not. That's the only thing.
I'm not gonna do anything with it right now. I'm working on another map.
Okay. I've got all of that. The only one I haven't got there is obviously Popcorn Suttons, but one area I want to put it is up on top of the mine. But apart from that, I have most of the factories now down. Got you, got pickles, got yeah, obviously stock. That's one that I do need to put down. And then obviously out of this lot, obviously I've got Copper by Design still to go. Dell, or the electronics factory, for anyone who wasn't aware of what that was. And I think, oh yeah, Wolfies was the other one as well. So I'm almost got all the factories actually down, but it's getting there, that's for sure. Obviously money is a big issue, land, so I'm just going as I can. Hey Soft Stuff, how you doing buddy? So yeah, one thing I want to try and do is get back into like a regular stream. Obviously go over, check Soft Stuff out guys. What I'm kind of planning at the minute is a couple of hours Wednesday, at least 2 hours on Friday before Dave goes live. And then obviously raiding over to him, and then on Saturday mornings it's going to be obviously family stream with obviously my daughter, doing a bit of gameplay, whether it's going to be Jurassic World, Ark, who knows. But yeah, that's the plan for the foreseeable future. I have updated my schedule on Twitch now to show that I'm not sure how many hours I'm going to be able to do today. Because obviously at the minute my wife is kind of struggling with long periods of absence. So it could be just a couple of hours. Aiming for at least 3 if I can. So, but we're just going to try and take it one step at a time. If I can go a little bit longer than 2 hours, it'd be bonus. Yeah, so that's another factory I still need to finish off getting running. So that's going to be for the next at least few months anyway. I was just going to try and keep that schedule. Monday's definitely at the minute not a good one for me. You're doing alright, recovery from a cold, but getting better. Alright, cool. Fresh homemade chicken soup is good for a cold. That's one thing my mum always used to give me when I was growing up. Something to do with the penicillin or something. It's in the chicken bones. It's meant to help with that, and it always works. Also makes you, if you're just feeling down, having a fresh soup anyway is good for you. Actually, speaking of soups, we had a homemade veggie soup today for a change.
Mm,
Yeah, it was quite nice. It only had potatoes, carrots, some onion, and pepper in it. But it was quite nice, as in uh, bell pepper type thing, one of
right.
those. And yeah, it was really nice actually. It needed a little bit more pepper, so I'm kind of thinking if I do it again, maybe add like a Sweden to it, or turnip, whatever you want to call it over. I have no idea. Probably know what a Swede is over there. Because I know if you get the right one or the right time of the year, it can be slightly peppery, and that is quite nice in a soup. What would it be for you guys? Is it?
I don't know.
No. See, that's going to bug me now. Let me stop that. Let's see. Let's see. Google. Where's Google? Swede. Is it that way? Swede. Right. Let me change screen a sec. So, what are these guys? So, something like that. Turnip, Swede, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they can be quite peppery if you get them at the right time of the year. Don't know what you guys would call them over in America.
I don't know what we'd call them either. They don't look
Well,
familiar to me.
no, okay. Um,
They look like beets. No, I don't know what they
I
are.
think it's the same sort of family, but they're quite big.
Rutabagas?
Like a like size of a pumpkin almost, small pumpkin type sort of size. These are, but yeah, I don't know. In American, what do you guys call it? Yeah, rutabaga. There you go.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
That was a wild guess.
yeah, nice guess. So there you go. God, you guys are terrible. So yeah, one of them. If you get it at the right time, it's usually after it's had a frost hit. Same with for any of those who like spring what would you call them?
Maybe
Brussels
we should put
sprouts.
rutabagas on our maps.
Oh, that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Same with
We'd
sprouts,
probably be
guys.
like a sugar beet harvester for rutabagas.
That'd be an interesting thing. Yeah, if you have it after the first frost, they always tend to be a little bit peppery. A lot of vegetables. It's kind of nice, but it has to be a light frost rather than heavy. So, yes. Dang it! I was trying not to talk about food. I went and did it, didn't I?
You did it. You've done it. Now I'm gonna go have to eat.
Yep. It's usually Big Daddy that brings up the food. It's terrible. So,
Yeah.
but that's it. Yeah. So, obviously, like always, any guys out there, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. what I will do is I'll probably leave it till Friday's stream before dishing out the tanker for you guys. Obviously, T Miller has it at the minute to test. Mr. Reaper has a copy. I did update Mr. Culp as well on the progress of that, so I know he's been creating his own map recently as well. So be interesting to see how he actually gets on with that.
Uh-huh.
And obviously Mr. Dave's doing a map, it's like terrible. I know Mr. NBC at some point wants to um, do a new map as well, but I think even he's quite burnt out as well with farm sim and obviously a lot of real life stuff going on. So.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Sorry, making noise.
that's okay.
I'm
That's
cook.
okay.
I'm eating.
What have you got then?
You got me. I'm just making a bologna cheese sandwich
Oh, and why not?
and something quick on an onion bagel. Mm, something
There we
cheap.
go.
Bologna's still well. Prices are crazy.
That's one thing I've never been a big fan of is bologna.
I
Well,
wouldn't say I'm a
whatever it's
huge
called.
fan, but I can afford it still.
Oh, that's one thing then.
When you look at other lunch meats compared to bologna, it's the cheapest.
Yep. I know my mother-in-law. She loves the stuff.
I don't mind it.
Yep. Right. So at least my phone is definitely working. I can hear all the sounds coming through on that. So that's fine. I can do without that now. Yay.
I'd much rather have a roast beef sandwich, but guess what?
No roast beef.
That's that's expensive.
Yeah. Obviously, we've got a new Prime Minister now in the UK, for anyone who wasn't aware. Um, and one of the things that I think she wants to try and do is bring down a lot of the excess costs that have risen over the last few months. So we'll have to wait and see what they actually do about that. Whether they actually
Mm.
do something or they just carry on lying through their freaking teeth as always. That's one thing with the politicians. They say, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, do this, do that. And yeah, they totally say, yeah, once they're in there, we can't be bothered anymore doing that, we're going to do this instead. Because it lines my pocket and not yours. It's terrible. I'm not into politics, to be honest. I don't know. But yes, definitely slowly getting there.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, so I'm thinking of fields there, which I'll focus on next. And then maybe I'm still not sure about this area up here yet. I'll have to have a look at it more. I will have to have a look for definite. There we go. One thing I do want to do while I'm actually going through adding palette visuals to some of these other factories is updating the icon, the player trigger icon, so it's the PV one instead for the next map. Because for anybody who didn't see it, in the steel factory, it already has one. So I want to try and add that into each of the factories. PF's over there has one already, but these are the only two currently that have any. And I still have not got around to tidying this area up yet. Oops. Pretend you didn't see any of that. Chucky the good guy doll, how are you doing, buddy? Welcome back. And Mr. Cope, there he is, speaking of the devil. How are you doing? Good
Go.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And, I think I need to make a new moderator of Mr. Cope. And you just woken up. Okay. Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, just a little bit. Just a wee bit, buddy. So yeah, Mr. Cope, just to let you know, check your Discord because I did send an update to the tanker that you started converting. But yeah, that is the Mr. Cope I was on about, guys. Make sure to go over, check him out when he is streaming. And how you getting on with the map, by the way? You got it, have you? Okay. Yeah, I think you're going to become my next hero, actually, Mr. Coop. Map will be a long process. Oh, it certainly will. Lots to learn, that is for sure. And I take it you're doing a stream later from map work here today, Dave?
That's the plan.
Cool. So obviously if you got any question, make sure to jump on Dave when he's streaming later.
Just
Or
don't jump too much. Friend.
yeah, or Mr. Dashnet, obviously. Not been too bad overall. Thanks for asking. Obviously, one thing. It's a bit of a weird day for me on Monday because it was the 3-year anniversary of my mum's passing, and yeah, I wasn't quite really in the right frame of mind for the most part of the day, just thinking of her and stuff. It's hard to believe it's been 3 years. Yipes.
Yeah.
Yep, doing alright overall. Family's getting there. My daughter's obviously started officially back properly at her school yesterday, and she's already hating a few of her teachers, so that's a good start. Oh, yeah, I'll give it time. She'll be fine. But obviously she's gone into what's it, year 9, I think it is they class it as. And obviously it's going to be this school year coming is where they start planning for obviously their exams, which are going to be over the next couple of years. And I think
Right.
she's kind of freaked out with that, but she does well to hide things as well. You're thinking of getting Gold Rush game? Looks interesting. Yeah, no, Mr. Wheels has streamed that a few times. He kind of likes
It's a
that.
decent game.
Yeah,
I play. I have it.
and I think you can do multiplayer on that as well, can't you? If I remember rightly.
No, there
Is it that one?
no multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
There's competitions that you like
That's
every
probably
they
what it is.
run constantly run competitions that you leaderboards basically.
That's probably what I'm thinking.
So
'Cause I remember seeing it in Mr.
yeah.
Wheels'.
So
Yeah.
you're competing, yeah, your scores, you enter it and your score on the claim count, how
Yep.
much gold you dig out.
Yep. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not a big gamer, I suppose is the best way to put it. I'm very limited on what I play. Farm Sim is probably the primary game that I do play because it is something that's obviously close to my heart. Obviously, 19 was bought by my mum, so that's kind of why I've kind of pushed on and carried on playing it and stuff. Um, but apart from that, I do a bit of Satisfactory occasionally, and obviously ATS now as well. One thing I do want to try and get into is Ark at some point, but trying to figure out how to get a second save game going with my obviously with daughter doing it as well.
Mm.
Eh, becoming a bit hard to try and figure that out. I think I'd have to probably purchase a second game or a second computer to be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't, there's ways, I
Yeah, or have it like a
think.
server and yeah, do it that way. But
Or swap your save files in and out of the game. I think that's what you'd have to do.
didn't even
You
think of
know,
that. Oh, I'd have to have a look at that. You've been watching Split in what?
Splitting
Split.
2, he's a big farmer.
And Farmer
I mean, not farmer,
Chucky 23, thank you very much
miner.
for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing today? Okay, yeah, never heard of him to be honest, so might be worth checking them out. You
He
have
does a lot of the.
Breakfast now, and ATS and ETS, yeah. That's one I've got is ETS 2, but I haven't even loaded it onto the computer yet. I should, maybe I should do one these days. But yeah, I don't know. ATS is definitely one I am enjoying. I'm trying to get further out of the field, so yeah,
Hmm.
check things out. I am doing pretty good, thank you, Farmer Chucky23. Much appreciated. And how are you doing today? Obviously, this is PV WolfCreek by Mr. Dajnet, who's in chat with us right now. And for any of you guys who haven't seen it, yeah, I know that you're PV Meh. I was watching who was it? NBC yesterday. His stream back and seen that you had a comment put up. But how you doing? Theme Park Talk or PV Meh or whatever your name might be next time. Yeah, so this is obviously Wolf Creek. Obviously, you've got Elm Creek in the middle. Obviously, Dashnet has pushed it out to create like a no man's style land around the outside, where you can actually push your imagination, shall we say, with it. Just need to keep an eye on that. Obviously, we do have some forestry up here, over here. We do have a nice big mine with a forest area on top. For anyone who wasn't aware, obviously this is going to be the mine in obviously Dave's new map. Obviously he's making a 16x map if you weren't aware. Obviously that is the only thing in the map that's going to be brought back, which is quite nice. So if you want to see the progress on that, make sure to go over, check out Mr. Dashnet when he next streams. And to turn on and give you another shout out because you're definitely worth it.
Oh, thanks.
I know. I'm biased. Um, there you go. So yeah, check him out later. I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern
Yep.
American time, basically, which will be in about let's see what we say, about 6 hours time. I'm okay dealing with some pain issues. Okay, all right, okay. Well, hopefully nothing too bad for you, buddy. There we go. But yeah, we shall see how these streams go. I'll probably take a little break and maybe about half an hour check out in on my wife. Obviously, I am planning to try and get at least three hours today. One of the issues she was worried about is obviously where it's the length of time. A couple of hours is fine, but going on to like that 3 hours is kind of hard for her to find things to do. But one thing she has done over the last couple of days is started drawing a little bit more than usual. Obviously, one thing is with where my daughter is into dinosaurs, she actually drew I think it was like a brachiosaur eating some trees, and she's been going through um, and colouring it in, doing like little circles, being really
Hmm.
creative, bless her. So that's kind of helping take her mind off things. Do you use OBS or I'm using the Slobs Team Editor at the minute, but I have used OBS as well in the past. But yeah, OBS, depending, because I know Mr. Reaper likes OBS, because it's very simple. It does, from what I understand, have additional features that Slobs doesn't. Obviously, as well, I think you can get the mobile versions as well, where you can link them up to your channel and stream from your phone, which is kind of nice. So if you're out and about, you can do it that way as well. I'm thinking of using OBS for the podcast when I start doing videos. Oh, cool. Just oh, that'd be kind of nice to see.
OBS.
Out of curiosity, what sort of podcast are you going to be doing? And what sort of people are you planning on maybe interviewing if you're going to be interviewing any? Because I know podcasts are really good things to have running in the background when you're playing games as well. It's kind of nice.
My problem is I used to use OBS, but it had so many. Every time they did update, it'd be crashing problems, and I switched from OBS to Streamlabs. I started with OBS.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm actually very happy with Streamlabs. That's what I need.
Yeah. I am in the process of changing to OBS. What was that again? What was what? Obviously, I was wondering what theme park or Jesus PV Mare was going to be streaming or podcasting, I should say. But yeah, yeah, give OBS a try because I know you've had a lot of issues, Team Miller, with like your sounds and stuff as well. It might be okay now, a lot more stable
Yeah, I haven't used it in
with your new update. You
three,
can
4 years now.
yeah, that's that was the latest update. Yeah, yeah, you can play music in the background of your streams, but um, it doesn't get added to the vlogs,
VODs,
VODs, whatever
VOD,
they are,
video
those
on
things.
demand.
Afterwards, that's kind of cool actually. That's what Mr. Reaper needs to do, because obviously where he streams quite late at times. Obviously, I'm usually fast asleep or maybe too focused on Dave's streams, and I like watching Mr. Reaper. So maybe that's something that he needs to look into. um, it's a kind of a history, personal perspective of people who worked or have books. I'm hoping to get some from her. Ah, okay. Sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting. OBS Studios had an update and messed everything up and had to restart everything. Oh, that is not good. Or reset everything. That, yeah, that is one of the things that is a big issue I think with a lot of streamers is when they get updates, whether it's through Windows or the actual programs they're running, sometimes it does mess it up completely. Thankfully, touch wood, apart from a few sound issues, I've not had too many problems. Um,
Yeah.
the only real problem I did have is when I was running closed captioning. It was crashing, obviously, the desktop a few times when streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, not many people who are deaf come in here, as far as I'm aware. No. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. That's the thing. But I do know that Google has an extension, I think it is, for doing talk to writing, what do you call it? Speech to talk, whatever it is. No, what was it?
Yep.
Speech to write?
Text to speech
Text to speech, that's the one. And vice versa.
and vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very, very helpful, actually. Because I know Deaf DG or Deaf Gamer, he comes into a lot of our streams and he's using that at the minute.
That, that's a different deaf gamer.
Yeah, I know. There's two.
Yeah. There's two of them now.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a little bit confusing, but I haven't seen the other Deaf Gamer around in a while, to be honest.
haven't either.
Yeah, 'cause I know he was streaming for a little while and then just up and disappeared. Hope he's okay, to be honest.
Mm.
You've been watching Gold Rush on Discovery Plus. Ah, right, yeah. Never actually watched it. I don't think. 'Cause I know they've got like Gold Rush, there's Opal Rush, and God knows what other
Opal
rushes out there.
Rush.
Yeah, it's based over. I think it's Opal Rush. It's based over in Australia.
Hmm.
I think that one is. Same sort of principle, but they're obviously mainly after opals. Yes, I need to sort that out, don't I? Let me.
I'll watch it as soon as I get TV.
Yeah.
Which might never happen.
To Mr. Cope, refresh and try that again. You like Axeman? It's great shows on Discovery. Yeah, that's about lumbering, isn't it? Cutting trees and stuff down where they climb up the big, huge trees and chop them down and stuff, isn't it?
Something like that.
Just get Discovery Plus app on your phone or computer, and you can watch on there.
Well,
Ah, yeah, true.
it's not. It's yeah. How much is it for Discovery Plus?
Well,
That's the
yeah,
getting a
that's the
TV is. I get if I get TV, it'd be on my computer anyway. But I don't can't afford the services.
yeah, that's the thing. They do cost at times. Or if you want to do it a different way, you could always get BitLord and just even download the actual
I get,
episodes. I don't do that
yeah.
sort of thing though. $7 for no ads. Oh, that's not bad actually. And there we go. So obviously there's a shout out for Mr. T Miller, for Mr. Dashnet, and don't forget yourself as well, Mr. Cope. You definitely deserve it. You using BitLord? Yeah. I have used it recently to download the what was it, Star Trek Discovery last few episodes. I missed them, and yeah, so I've got them still to watch at some point. Doop-a-doop-doo. God, this takes quite a while. This plywood malarkey. For about 5 years now. Okay. Actually, yeah. To be honest, I probably used it a lot longer than that for on and off for quite a few years. Um, the amount of films I've downloaded through that is quite kind of crazy, to be honest. Very, very crazy. There was something else that was on my mind. I was gonna. What was it? Nope,
I don't
gone.
know.
Nope, definitely gone. Obviously, NBC knows about them. Obviously, yeah. The other thing was the pallets on that come out of the blacksmiths were fixed on the 7th of last month, so a month ago today. Wow. So if anybody's still having issues, let us know picking up with a forklift. Last night's Wreckfest stream was so funny. I had to stop watching because of all the laughing. Yeah, I kind of watched a little bit where they were on the couches. It was kind of a bit of a laugh, so it's cool. You have a question for Dave. How hard would it be to convert PV County for just farming. Well, that'd be quite easy to be honest.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult. It takes some time, but well, just tough. If you know what you're doing, it would be easy. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of things to know. That's the problem. You'd have to basically you'd just be getting the landscape and stuff. You'd have to do a lot of it. It's no doubt about it. Probably take me if I was to do it, it'd probably take me a couple months to do it because of all the changes between the two engines. All
Mm,
you're really going to get in there is the some of the objects. You have to take all the tunnels out, all the explosions. You'd have to take a lot of stuff out.
yep.
That's the problem. All the buildings, yeah, if it's just for farming, you'd you'd have to take everything out and it wouldn't be PV County anymore.
Yeah, that's one reason why Dave hasn't actually done it. And obviously the other big issues as well is where the central part of the map and the outer part of the map has that river going on around it. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to access the outer part to the map and the mines and stuff.
Wouldn't be able to do the boats
Nope.
currently. No. Wouldn't be able to do so much that it wouldn't be anything left to PV County.
Exactly.
That's why we don't do it.
Thinking about it, Mr. Culp, if you were looking to try and convert a map, I'd probably personally recommend Pleasant Valley, because that's obviously the 4X map that was used for the central island where Johnson Farm is. So you won't have all the additional things to remove, and maybe get a bit of experience doing it that way. But that was another good map as well, to be honest, is that 4X as well, the Pleasant Valley.
You have to start out an FS19 editor. Really, the only thing the problem, yeah, to do it, you wouldn't even be in the edit. You'd have to take the dem file for the terrain, put the terrain in, repaint all of the foliage onto the terrain, and then bring the pieces back in that will work one at a time.
Mm,
It would take a while.
yeah,
You'd have to redo the whole entire terrain painting and everything for foliage, but you could, and you'd have to add the textures too to the map. That's where you'd have to start with adding the textures and the.
yep. Alright, Team Miller, good night, buddy. I'll probably see you in, well, the morning for me when you're next streaming. Obviously, he's going to be streaming tomorrow, guys. Make sure catch Mr. Team Miller when he does stream next. And if you do have anything you can spare, please do so for his charity. It is an awesome one. Helps
Good
out
night,
the
Mr. Miller.
cause. I know how to del in editor.
Delete.
Oh, deleted it. Oh, yeah, that's easy enough. Not
Yeah,
sure
deleting in the edit.
what
It's
to
not.
delete
Yeah,
in other actual folder. Yeah.
anything you're not using.
Yep.
Deleting is not the
Also, like,
biggest issue.
yeah,
It's restoring it. You'd have a
yeah,
lot of work. It's I'll tell you right now, probably much easier for someone that's just got to what you're doing, creating a new map rather than bringing that one over.
yep.
Because
Very true.
there are certain things that you would have to do anyway that are already done. It's adding the doing all the foliage and texture layers over into the new map. Really, all you're going to get is the landscape, and you're going to have to reconstruct from that, and including painting,
Trees, like you said, foliage, and then
Yep, all the trees have to be redone and replaced. So you'd have to put all the new trees in. Yep, it would be a
yeah,
pain. It's a lot of work. And it wouldn't be PV County when you're done. I can guarantee it.
yeah.
If you like big fields, make a map of big fields. It'd be easier.
Oh yeah. No, see, if you're doing it
What I'm doing.
for like an edit of a current map, so if you've got, say, a base 16x map, everything that's currently in the game will be there ready just to get going as well. So you literally just have to create the fields, do a little bit of up and down where the hills might be, and then yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Cope, there's another thing with that. Water planes are tricky in this version because they'll stop your hired workers from working. So you
Yep.
can't do the water plane completely under the map anymore. You'd have to rebuild it. That's one of the biggest issues.
Patches, in other words. Is that what you mean?
In that, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you can't use it the way it is. You could use the texture from it. We showed a little bit in that other one.
Yeah, with pond.
Um, but a collisionable water plane will cause vehicles to stop harvesting, and therefore that water plane could not go across the entire map anymore.
Yeah.
Hired workers
Yes.
detect whatever's underneath the ground now.
It's a bit of a pain, but yeah. And that's one of the issues with Uncharted, I think, for a lot of
He
people,
redid
where
a lot of it because of the same
yeah,
thing. The water plane was stopping the harvesting, so
yep,
he actually went in
dropped
and
it.
put piecemealed them
Yeah,
around the rivers in there as well.
yep.
I was actually thinking, I don't know if he's out there. I'm going to cheat and look. You know who I'm thinking? He probably just left real quick.
Probably, yeah.
No, he's not there. Okay. I don't see him. I was actually thinking, because I'm terrible at it myself, of seeing if Shy Wizard, he could do it, could take the areas that are done in water and reconstruct actual water planes that fit just the area after
Oh,
with the
that'd be an
map.
interesting. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So we could, rather than, I mean, because some mine are always square and they overlap a little bit as it is. It would be good to, and I know he could do it, but I don't know if he'd want to.
that's it. That'd be quite a lot of work, I'd imagine.
I don't know because it's simple shapes.
Yeah,
I can add the texture, I just need the shapes. So he'd have to he might have a way to, I mean, he's pretty good at it, so I wouldn't
thinking of
put
shapes.
him, it's not necessary, but it would make it more interesting. Very often I use river shapes and stuff from other maps and then just put them in and angle them, so they
Yes.
work.
Um, the other day I downloaded it's a water plane mod. They've got loads of different shapes to it. It's kind of hard to show them off, to be honest, all of them. But you've got like
Yeah.
bends, like if it was a river, for example. That's the sort of thing you're on about, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to show them all.
exactly.
And obviously you get the shininess, you get bigger round ones as well, big square planes if you wanted to. They're kind of nice actually. Not sure about these ones. They get the green texture to them. I'm not sure about that one personally.
Well, they're
Looks like somebody's thrown up in them. Uh, but
different
yeah,
textures work for different purposes.
yeah, exactly.
And actually, I was looking at that green one there, very similar to what's being used in Camden Farms for the riverways.
All right, that's on the in-game mod hub, by the way.
I'm the for the water because I like the way his water is
Yeah,
like little streams along the side of the road. The
yeah,
very shallow ones.
yeah. Dikes.
Yeah, whatever they're called, gutters.
Yeah, I call them a dike, but yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I'm actually thinking of putting a couple of those into the map as well. It's just shallow ones that you drive right through.
Yeah, yeah. And the nice thing is, well, with that particular mod pack, they've actually made them so that you can actually drive into them and refill your tankers as well, which is kind of nice. Because a
Yeah.
lot of these, you find that they don't have that option, but obviously
Mm-hmm.
that was enabled when they created it, so that's kind of cool.
Yep.
There we go. But actually, I've been a little bit creative. So I was kind of lost track there actually. Um, save, save, save. Yeah, yeah. When I was doing this area at the top here, obviously, as you can see, I've done a little bit of landscaping around. Costs a heck of a lot to
Mm-hmm.
flatten it. No. Let me go a little bit faster. But up at the back, I never actually showed it. This was something after watching Dave um, doing his little map work. I created my own little landscapes in the corners. I found a lovely
Mm-hmm.
little rock pack on the in-game mod hub. I kind of built up a little wall in the corner there, then added like
Yep.
the trees and stuff. That
That's
was on
cool.
that side. That was kind of nice. And I've also
Yeah,
done
I like
something
it.
like that there. Obviously, I've got the rocks at the back. I've even got a little pond here, and I've got frogs. I even found some pond weeds as well. Wasn't quite sure about them, but I popped them in for the minute.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of surprising how just using a few rocks and a few trees can create an almost like an oasis in the middle of nowhere. I like
Yeah,
it.
you can do a lot with it. Yep.
So this is kind of at the start of my creativity into making a map on my own, or when I take over from Dave. Obviously, they do have the collisions, but yeah, it's literally just stacking them up one at a time, rotating them around a little bit here, there, a little bit there, mar
Yeah.
marrying them in. That's all it is. It's kind of cool. I like it. And
Overlap them a little bit
yep,
so that they don't look the same. That's the big
exactly.
thing.
Um,
And
I'm kind of thinking of maybe bringing them
peop
all the way down as
I'm
well.
I'm gonna call him out because he's not probably not watching.
Shy.
But that is no, not Shy Wizard this time.
Oh, okay.
But that is the one thing on NBC Acres that drives me nuts is the mines are just re, you know,
Duplicated and
duplicated
yeah.
and it doesn't look natural.
Unlike Mr.
But I
Dave's
used to
there.
do it myself,
Yeah.
you know.
There
I
is a
used
little
to
bit
do
of
that.
randomness in those ones. But yeah, if you look at the mines in obviously NBC Acres, yeah, that was something that obviously when
They're
I
like
seen,
stacked on top.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just copied and then moved across, copied across, copied across.
But people, I see that in a lot of maps, even with trees on the borders.
Ooh,
I mean, it's one
yeah,
thing
yeah,
you got to use the same tree type, but you got to put it on rotate so it doesn't look like they're all the same.
yeah, exactly.
It's bad enough they're the same height,
Yeah, but yeah, even just
but
looking
they
at
don't.
that there, you can see that there is some randomness going on with them, which is kind of nice.
Right. It's
But there is
not
some
exactly.
areas where it is repeated, like so, like right there, really, it's kind of repeated, but it's been brought out.
It's
Um,
been brought
and
out.
then
It
yeah,
yeah,
it's yeah.
twisted a little bit.
So obviously
It
the
looks a
rocks.
little more natural than it
Yeah.
is the same rock
Yep.
300 times.
It
That's
is.
how you save memory.
Obviously.
3,000 times.
Yep. And the nice thing is obviously just rescaling them as well will give them that other dimension, rotate them around and stuff. So obviously, if any of you guys are interested in doing a bit of landscaping, definitely give that a try. Even if you start up a new save game just to have a play on one of the base games, give it a try. You'd be surprised at how creative you can be. But yeah. So I've been doing trying to get a little bit more creative with my little areas,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still trying to find some like truck parking bays, some bigger ones that are straight. That's one thing I'm still missing.
Big garage with straight
No,
bays.
it's for going around the back of my Shell's fuel station on this side here. So obviously I've got this big area here, and normally you'd have like big parking bays for your
Oh, the
lorries and trucks. Because
parking bays
yeah,
or
that's sort of
lines.
the lines is what I'm basically after. So something like this,
The
but the
lines
longer versions.
can be, and we had to put that one parking lot placeable lines for that type of thing in the last map in Uncharted.
Yeah, obviously in duh, 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 where we'll do put them storage. On the other bigger one, obviously it's got those, which is sort of on the angle, sort of thing what I want, but I want them more straight. That's the only thing. I won't be fussy. So I'll have to have a look at Uncharted 19, see if I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Your
they're
own.
still there or not, to be
Make your
honest.
own decal, Billy. It's a decal.
I know. I
You
like
could
to
do it.
cheat. I'd rather use something that somebody else has already done than something that creating what somebody's already done, as
Yeah.
it were, sort of thing. So if somebody's already got one out there, I'd rather use that first, really. So, but yeah, I'm getting as bad as T Miller when it comes to decorations. That's for sure. Oh, I have just finished parking them. Yeah, unfortunately, one thing as well that's kind of annoying on here is obviously for anyone that's played or seen Uncharted. Obviously, JD fan when he did it, he added the parking lines and stuff on there for the blacktop. Obviously, Dave here didn't bother doing that because that would have been quite perfect.
Didn't bother doing what? What didn't I do? What are you
So
complaining about?
in the the paint textures stuff, if I come into the painting,
Yeah.
obviously if you scroll across we've got the blacktop, haven't we? Which is what I've used around my
Yeah, I didn't
shell
put the
station.
lines in mine.
Yeah, obviously if I had the lines like these, but the blacktop, that would have been perfect. I could have maybe run a couple of these down the side, made my own little bays, but no.
No. You're lucky I put that one in there. I wasn't going to.
Yeah. But yeah, just like the blacktop with the white lines. I don't know. But obviously, if any of you guys have seen any of them, let me know. You've just finished a parking line pack, really? Ooh, nice. I've downloaded a couple already off of like the in-game mod hub, but none of them have what I'm basically after, really.
Because he's picky.
Yep, very,
Well,
very
that's how
picky.
modders get started, Billy. You can't find something you want, you make it yourself.
I know. I know. Very, very true.
That's how I started.
The other things I don't know animations either, so alpacas are definitely out of the subject then.
The funny thing is
um,
that um, if if I was satisfied with the mods that were out for Farm Sim when I first started, I wouldn't be modding it. Simple as that. But I couldn't find a map that had the things I wanted. I found several maps that I liked, but they each had cool things. Not one, there wasn't one that had all the cool things, you know?
yeah, exactly.
What my
Exactly.
maps are, that's what my maps are were based on is I don't want to choose, I want it all, you
Yep,
know?
exactly, and that's why your maps are so good. Um, it's easy to just make a duplicate of the plane, change it to your name.
Yep, that's the way
Yep,
you do it.
very true. Come on, come on. Here we go. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know. I'll have to have a look around first of all, see if I can at least find something, and then go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, some truck bays, lines, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm basically after at the minute. Um, just to finish that area off, really.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah, I know. We're all kind of terrible actually at that. Whether you want to know something simple about editing a capacity or a speed, is yeah, you can find it somewhere in one of our videos. If you want to know more about map, like Mr. Dajnet here or Dave, Mr. MBC, obviously he streams it quite a few times. So yeah, we're definitely not short on people who have knowledge of modding. That is for sure. And then you got me, who's sort of bumbled my way into doing it, converting mods and stuff from 19, and thankfully they've all worked out quite well. But I still have no idea about Blender. That is one thing that's totally beyond my capabilities.
It makes two of us.
Yeah, I would really like
Um,
to know more, actually, to be honest, about it at some point.
yeah, if I got
Because
my own, if I could be proficient in Blender,
yeah,
I would be in trouble.
yes. So obviously, I was thinking about obviously everything that like Shy Wizard does. Is a lot of that is he's stuff he's created in Blender and then exported it to obviously the Giants editor and then created something out of it from there. It's kind of really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is the sort of thing maybe one day I'd possibly get into. Also, I know he's done quite a few videos out there on doing that sort of stuff. So,
It's
it's also,
time for me.
yeah, that's my big issue
The
as well at the
problem
minute.
is, if
Time.
with 16x maps especially, you don't have the time to do the Blender part and the.
Yeah.
I know that Oxygen David does make his own buildings
Oh
and
heck yeah.
stuff, but he's also doing small single-sized maps, which give him a lot of time to do that stuff, you know?
Sidewalks, working along curbs. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Ooh, I haven't done this in a while. There we go. It's the only problem when you go into in-cab view. You get
Yeah.
that sudden lag. So it just suddenly stops. What the heck? It's like what happened to you yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know why that was so bad.
Yeah.
I
Usually
thought for a
it's
minute the
like
game froze up. It was so long.
30s.
Must
Yeah, my
might be
frame.
just the
Oh,
the shaders and stuff. I don't know.
well, my frames are slowly coming back up, so it's not too bad. Depending on where I'm looking, sort of high 30s, low 30s, some places.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've noticed one thing as well, guys, is there's a lot of people who seem to be focusing a lot more on their frames than the actual game itself. Okay, I get that you get the odd spike in frame rate drops, but it's nothing to worry about, guys. Just sort of push on and you'll be fine. I think a lot of people get too focused on those frame rates. Okay, you want maximum gameplay performance and stuff, but it's not the end of the world. I
It's
know.
not.
No, in my opinion, that is obviously. Obviously, I've come from a laptop that had really naff frames, playing on PV County, but I still carried on. Actually, to be honest, I did load up PV County the other day, and I was hitting 40 FPS on there. I was quite shocked. And that was actually my original one where I've got everything built up and running.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very impressed with this system. Because I remember the
Mm-hmm.
last time that Dave streamed and he was hitting sort of mid 20s, I think it was. And I was, yeah, very shocked that I was getting like
No, well, that was
40s,
just
whatever it is.
pre-drop.
Yeah,
I get 40s and 50s most of the time,
yeah,
but that was when it was trying to render the.
textures and stuff.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know what the heck
seasons
it was.
updating and stuff.
When I went into the
That's weird. I'm gonna change that.
menu for the and when I went in cab view is when it dropped.
Yeah.
Bad. at one time.
Yep. Right. So that's
It
that done.
doesn't happen. Usually I'm above 40, even
Right.
when streaming now.
There we go. Yeah, it does depend. I find where I am on the map. If I'm around where the main farm or my farm is, um,
Yeah,
it will drop a lot there. But coming out and
got a
about,
lot of
you
stuff.
go put this up. So obviously I'm pointing towards where the starter farm would be for most people, and I'm getting currently high 30s, 40s. But obviously if I actually jump out and just look around, obviously you can see that it is changing a lot depending on where I'm focusing on. So the mines there, there's a lot drawn in there, but yet my frame seems to be going up, which is really weird. So this is one reason for the occlusion culling, guys. Um, Obviously, if I look that way, obviously I'm getting quite high frames compared to. Let me see. It's probably not going to do it now, is it? Maybe something in that direction. So what's basically going on is these trees right where I am are hiding the mine and stuff behind. It's basically creating that barrier to stop all those other textures drawing in and stuff. Obviously, whereas over in that direction, oops, I'm going the wrong direction. Obviously, it's very open up. You can see a lot there, and that's what's drawn in and reducing your frame rates. So if it's actually a question that somebody asked me the other day, why do I have so many trees on my map or added into the map and stuff? That is the main reason, is to hide what's outside of those areas,
Yeah,
because obviously the trees in FS22, the buildings all have an occlusion mask added to them, which stop all textures and stuff behind them from loading into the game. So, well,
that's
even like
why
this, obviously,
there's
yeah,
this year. That's why there's more problems with open flat maps
yeah,
than
exactly,
there are with the ones that are filled with trees. Because if you can see too far, it's all, you got to render it the whole thing.
yep. And I know, I'm not going to say his name, but there is a streamer out there who put a support ticket in a few weeks ago, saying obviously they're playing on Uncharted. They've removed a buttload of trees, um, probably the size of that area that I'm looking at the minute, and obviously their frame rates are dropping down sort of low 20s into the teens type thing, and they're wondering why. Obviously, where they've taken the picture, it is slightly raised, so you're actually seeing obviously not only the fields, you're starting to draw in all the trees and the trees behind that and the trees behind that, because it is raised up that high that you're actually drawing
Hmm.
in pretty much the most of the map, which is a big no-no to really do with this game now. It's better to have, I suppose, smaller fields. It's probably the, in
Big
my
fields are
opinion.
okay, but
Yeah,
you
obviously you
gotta
got to
break up
get
the
the
map.
balance as well. Obviously, where you do have those opened areas like that, for instance. See, obviously my frame rates are dropping down to about 27 there. Obviously, I don't focus on my frame rates most of the time. Um, but obviously, I am drawing in a lot of the map over there. Obviously, currently I'm streaming as well, so that's going to drop it down. But I don't. I always have that turned off, to be honest, because I just enjoy playing the game and go on and play it. Um, yeah, so I think this is going to be the next area that I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that there for now. But what I'm going to do is take a quick break, guys. Grab a drink. I'm going to leave Mr. Dashnet up
I'm gonna
here.
be getting. I'm gonna be taking a break too.
Oh, how rude. Um, Actually,
Yeah,
while I'm
no.
at it, let me change that screen. For anybody not subscribed, haha, you're going to get ads, because I can hit them manually. So I will be back in just a couple of minutes. It's going to be about a minute's ad I'm going to run, so have fun, guys, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Alrighty, I am back, and how you doing, Jay? Right, let's get back to Farmsim. There we go. There we are. Right, so that's working again. Cool. For some reason, my phone has paused itself. Weird. Trying to do building, but couldn't get it to export to GE. But I think I have figured it out. I missed a setting in the add-on. Yeah. Obviously, if you're using Blender, obviously you need the Giants editor export and thing. I have no idea about that. I try and stay well away from Blender. But yeah, like I said, I do want to at some point learn a little bit more about Blender. I did do a donut once. Um, it was like a YouTube video tutorial, and that's about as much extent I've done on there. And obviously, any guys who are not following Mr. 2x2 Ministries, go over, give him a follow. He is doing some fundraising as well at the minute during his streams. He's currently doing a bit of farm sim. I believe he was on PV County earlier, if I remember rightly. I did see the pop up just before I went live, actually, to be honest. So would have been in there and watching you, buddy. But yeah, doing pretty good, thanks. And hope your stream went well. If you're still streaming out there, not sure. Right, so I need to chop a few more of these trees down. So I'm going to focus on this area over here now. Obviously, this is the area I want to eventually make into a kind of an extension for my productions. It's mainly going to be for Dell and Copper by Design. That area there needs to be leveled out a little bit more with landscaping. But I could probably make a nice long straight field here. So I've currently got PFs and the steel. Oh, I need to sort that out. Yeah, that is weird looking at that steel factory. It's missing the roof. Oh. I think I'm going to restart because those are just not right. The way they're drawing in. Need to up it a little bit more. Alright, let me just restart quickly. This is going to take a moment or two, so you'll probably see a black screen. Fun and games. But yeah, that was not nice looking. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And you ready? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Come on, come on. You know you want to. Yeah, I don't know about any of you guys out there, but since patch 1.7 came out, it seems my game, when it's really loading, it seems to start taking quite a while. It's kind of a pain. It's almost like it sort of crashes and reloads. Oh, there we go. Go, phew. Right, so, oh, I want to go into options, play here, and object draw distance. Bring that back up a bit. Say about 100%, I think. Better. Apply. And there we go. But yeah, as always, guys, if any of you got any questions about the map or any of the maps, just pop it in chat. We'll try and answer it. Obviously, I am here in Discord with Mr. Dashnet. I don't know if he's come back yet. Probably still away munching.
Nope,
Oh, oh
he's not here.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so if you're like a map creator or a modder, I'm sure one of us can help out as well. Um, da, 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 da. Who's out there anyway? I'm going to be a bit naughty. I don't usually do this, but okay, not too bad. I haven't seen much of Scurvy actually. He's might be off this week, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't think he's off. He was off for the weekend because it was a holiday weekend.
Was it?
I think he's back to work now.
Ah. Oh, one thing I will mention to you guys, with NBC Acres as well, with the next update, there's going to be an update to the vehicle shop as well. I'm not going to say what the change is to it, but I want to see how many people, after the update, spot the difference. So if you're playing on there at the minute, have a little look around, see what it's like now, and when the next update comes out for the map, see if you can go back in, see if you can see what changes. That's all I'm going to say about it, okay? Right, let's try that. Let's see how that is with the buildings.
Oh, you're gonna
That's
say?
better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to actually say what the difference is, but I want to see how many people spot the difference. Then when NBC next streams, I want to see how many people actually comment on it. Alright then, back to the keyboard and mouse for this part. Yeah, what I'm going to do is remove all these trees here, or the majority of these. And what I can probably do is create two fields, one long one down the side there. I'm just going to have to tidy up a little bit. And I'll probably have another one on this side here. So there's a pretty good size one here, and then a little one down the side. Ooh. What other areas? Also, I've got this area here at the front by the road. I could go into another field maybe there. And obviously one at the top. Eventually. But we'll just focus on this area for now. See, ploughing does take quite a while. Unfortunately, it does affect your precision farming score as well. Hey there, Gamer Paul. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Gamer Paul.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I do want to try and get back into a regular schedule. Doing a Wednesday stream and a Friday stream. Also, both days will be farm sim, and then one on the weekend with my daughter, doing whatever she wants. Probably going to be Jurassic World for the most part, maybe a bit of Ark. She's kind of got really into the Jurassic World at the minute, trying to get some of the other parks completed. Oh, it's going to be... Go from there, so I don't own that one. So that's not too bad actually. Where are you? Why does it say I do not own that area? And why am I getting lines between... Do you know why I'm getting lines between the properties?
No,
I've never had that
what do you
before.
mean? You're supposed to have those lines. That's your border lines of the properties.
Well, that's freaking awful. It won't allow me to chop that tree down because it's right on the border. That's rude. That is very, very rude. Yeah, not doing too bad,
Yeah.
thanks, buddy. Not too bad. I never used to have them lines there, I don't think. I have to go back and have a look.
They've always been there.
They? That is a pain.
Mm-hmm. That's where your border lines are.
Okay, you make them thinner. I think I might have to get the tracks just to get rid of that beacon thing. There we go. Do some cheaty tree removal. Yeah, the last couple of nights we've had a lot of thunderstorms here as well. and from what I understand, for most of this week it's going to be pretty wet throughout the UK. Painting it. Come on, hit. There we are. Obviously, if you are doing any trees as well and you're not quite sure if you get rid of all the stumps, if you obviously hit the F4, Foxtrot 4, you can double check that. Also, if you're using the Easy Dev tool, you can actually remove any additional stumps as well through that. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to save a sec. It shouldn't crash, but I'm going to see what I currently have, if any. F8. There we go. So, what we're looking for is split shapes. Split shapes to unsplit. Is that right? Then
Unsplit are the number of trees on your map. That's what you're looking for.
yeah, so there's two somewhere still
Split,
there.
split are the split shapes. The ones that are split are the ones that are cut.
Okay. Split shapes. So I've got two split shapes and wow, was that 15,005 unsplit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Time to crash it if I go through all these menus. Thankfully not. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, if you ever want, you do have quite a few, especially on Uncharted, that's the main one. If you have the, like I mentioned, the Easy Dev tool, if you come in here, I don't remember which one it is now, on these menus, you can actually remove the stumps. Yeah, there we go. Right there. So if you click on that, what it would do, it was actually go through the map and remove any missed stumps. So let me do that again. What I'll just do is I'll take this tree down, leave the tree stump there. Oh dang it! Do that. Find another tree instead. There's that. So I've also got a nice big stump right there in front of me. So what should happen, if you come in here, click on that, say continue, that'll then, as you can see, it's now disappeared. Yay. So much easier. Definitely so much easier to get rid of some of those stumps. Obviously, if you got the Mr. Brooks or the Shreks or whatever, just as easy to do it that way as well. It's a pretty good sized field that's going to be, that's for sure. Yeah, Gamer Paul, you can blame me if you want, no problem. Now the only trees I do tend to have an issue is this sort of one here. It's kind of hard to try and find that collision, but normally if you lift it up a little bit, it's got quite a big stump to it, it's no problem. Let's see if this is going to behave today. Come on, there somewhere. This is one reason I'm mainly using the telehandler, because it can get up over those stumps a little bit easier. Yeah, no worries, Farmer Chucky, no worries. You lurk away, buddy. To be honest, I lurk quite a lot in people's streams, usually doing other things. And I'm sure there's quite a few people out there lurking away. Maybe even playing a bit of FS at the same time. Come on, obviously, if these were like pine or spruces or something, I'd be chopping them down with a proper tree harvester and put them in the sawmill, but as they're only decorational ones, they go bye bye. I was actually playing around with the Rotney tree cutter the other day, and I kind of like it, to be honest. Don't know how many
Yeah.
of you guys have actually used it yet. This one here, um, from what I was found out is the actual cab itself um, pivots around
Mm-hmm.
as you're moving the front arm. It's really kind of nice. I like it because obviously with the Scorpion, the Cobra, and all that, obviously the front tends to pivot around as well. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of a pain at times. So I might be trading in my tree harvester on the next map for one of them. I have to obviously increase the width that it'll cut because some of those bigger trees do have quite a large tree, what do you call it, trunk. I've noticed,
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard. Out of curiosity as well, what sawmill are you going to be using on the next map?
I don't know yet.
Because I kind of like the one that was on PV 19 maps,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't get it to like work properly. I've been trying to. I've converted the actual building. That's fine. It's just getting all the triggers and stuff working, and it's just not behaving for me. I even went in and used the WolfCreek sawmill that JD did. Just
Mm-hmm.
changed the visuals and that. And even that's not working right for me for some reason. It's really annoying. Are you going to be on my land or not? Either. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. Just a few dozen left to go. But yeah, a bit of a boring with this stream for me. A bit of ploughing here, a bit of ploughing there. Tree removal, but it is what it is when you need more fields. Unfortunately, that is something that's definitely needed. How's the new map getting along, Dave?
Getting along.
It's getting along. Yeah, if you get a chance later
Yep.
on, make sure to jump into his stream and you can actually see how he's getting on. I know the other day it was looking pretty good so far, what I've seen. I think a lot of people are going to love it. That is for sure. See, the only thing that worries me now is obviously where that tree wouldn't cut down. Am I going to get an issue going between the plots of land? Might be okay because it worked okay there, so might be okay. But they seem to be a little bit bigger, those divides over here. And how are we doing? So a quick mention as well, for anyone who played the 19 maps, obviously the Liquid trailer is now being brought back for 22 and will be added to the update to the maps next. But obviously on my next stream what I would do is I'll get a link for you guys to be able to download and try it out before the next update for the maps. With a few additional bonuses added to it actually. Like obviously Mr. Reaper's new company that he works for has its own decal in there now. Obviously you got the license plates added, and yeah, rim options. Mr. Culp did a good start on it, that's for sure. So I just finished it off, tidy up a little bit. Cut. Here somewhere. How far across should I go? Kind of think I might leave some of those other trees there just as a decoration on the side of the field. Yeah, I think I'll take it to right about there. Take that tree out there. That'll be round about the edge of the field on this end. So that's a pretty good sized field. Get a better idea once I actually start creating the field itself. But yeah, my wife and daughter are next door currently watching Avengers film, so yeah, hopefully that'll keep going for a little while. That one. About a dozen more there. The nice thing is obviously for any guys who are just starting out on any of the maps, one of the options you can use for producing electricity is obviously the bioheating plant, or whatever you want to call it. So that will take your wood chips and convert it to electricity. So if you're on NBC acres at the minute, obviously it does still show as methane, which is going to be one of the things that needs to be updated. Oops. Obviously NBC knows about it, and we'll get that sorted out as soon as possible. Oh, out of curiosity, has JD done the update yet? Do you know?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think so.
So with that being said then, for anyone who's got the WolfCreek mod pack that's current through the Modfollow switcher, if you wanted any of the updates from the weekend and don't want to wait, you can actually copy them across and you should be okay. There's mostly little fixes to some of the factories, so they weren't shown in the contracts menu and the sales menu. Obviously some of the things that were new was obviously the Shell station, which is a placeable storage for diesel. What else did I add in? Oh, the seed maker as well, that was in 19. That is now being added to the pack as well. Just very few visual updates as well added, so there you go. So if any of you guys are on the Facebook group, if you actually go back a couple of days, I did post um, what was updated for the most part. Now let's see if I can actually get that little sword from a different angle. Probably not, no my luck. Please. Oh, and I totally missed it. Nope. That is just annoying. Unless... Does that come under the plot of land next door? That's my luck, isn't it? That would be my luck, it is. Oh, that is not fair! Right there. It's just out of my plot of land. You beep. Okay.
Look, we gotta buy a piece of land.
Yeah, and I haven't got 2 million spare. Or even 3. But anyway, that is fine. That can be folded up. As I'm on the correct side for now, I'm just going to go get that unloaded. While he's driving back, I will start creating this field. I think around about there should be fine. Go on. Go. Go. Oh, silly sauce. Anyway, I'm sure it'll kick in a minute. Enter. Right then. Allow. I definitely want to have a bit of a headland. Probably take it a little bit closer, but obviously that is on a slight angle, that road, so I think I'll leave it where it is for now. Actually, I might smooth that off actually first before doing any of this, because some of these little hills are a pain. So, construction, landscaping, maximize. Hey, Mr. NBC Master Dad, how are you doing, buddy?
NBC.
Give you a shout out. There we go. Make sure to click on Mr. NBC Master Dad's link there. Give him a follow, guys. So he's doing a little bit of oh, I've gone and forgot the name of it now. That's terrible. Wreckfest yesterday with a few of the other SGA guys. Definitely seemed to be enjoying himself riding around on the couch and combine and stuff. You're very, very welcome. Go. I'm not really after perfection, I'm just really after a relatively smooth field. So, this is all good. So that's around about the edge. This is my pig. This area. I might actually just flatten that, to be honest. A little bit more. This is where the divide will be. This is the end of that property. Yeah, how is Mr. NBC? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, I believe. Just doing a little bit of WolfCreek, as you can see. Turn that across a little bit more. that out a bit. So obviously I can have a nice field up there as well. Not too big of a field, but at least a field. Just shove a little bit of grass there for the divide area. That's not too bad overall. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think about there will be fine. There we are. You're fat, summon happy. You're not dumb, NBC. That is for sure.
Just fat and happy. Basically what he's saying, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to put the light on, it's getting dark in here. Heck. But we still love you regardless, buddy. We certainly do. And obviously there is a space in Discord at the minute if you wanted to join for a chat. Yeah, so this is going to be a long, boring process going back and forth, but that's the joys of ploughing, I suppose. Obviously it's getting late on in the day. Actually, it's almost the same time in real life, actually, to be honest, for me. Yeah, so it'd be a nice one for maybe a few hours through the night, then jump through into the next day. Because you make us laugh, that's what it is. Plus you've made an awesome, awesome map.
What
That
are you
is...
sucking up to him for?
I'm not. It's true.
Just messing with you.
Yeah, you know why I'm saying that? It's so that I don't get the responsibilities when you decide to retire. And Cowboy Mike's welcome back in. There we go. Oh, lined up a bit better. There we go. And find. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. I've just got over a little bit there. You're driving right now? Okay. I wasn't on about WolfCreek, I was on about NBC Acres. And let me tidy that little spot up. Yeah, so this is the rocks that I've been using. I've actually dotted them around quite a few different places, but you get all different sizes, and from really quite small ones to some quite good sized ones. I like them, definitely. Obviously, just like I mentioned earlier, if you spin it around, rotate it a little bit, it does give it a complete different look. There's that. Actually, one other area I was working on, then kind of got a bit short of money. That's why I ended up getting that 10 grand loan, or 10 million loan. And I actually haven't showed it off yet. Is around here where my logistics area is, as I'm going to call it. Obviously, I've added a lot of trees in just to sort of hide the area, as it were. But obviously, using some of these rocks, just stacking a few on top of each other, it's surprising at just what you can do with them. Actually, that's just one rock, I think, to be honest. So quite good size of them. So you throw a few hedges next to it, just sort of hides bits here and there where you might have messed up. So as you can see that's like 2 there. Actually, there's quite a few in there. Made a nice little rock formation. But yeah, give it a try. I definitely recommend doing a bit of land, even if it's just a little area on a like a test map to see how you go. Try out doing a little bit of landscaping on your map. You'd be surprised at how creative you can actually be. Okay, Mr. NBC. Speak to you later, buddy. Don't want you to crash your car or anything, do we? But what I think about it, make sure. I know I just did one a minute ago, but might as well because he's awesome as well. Make sure to go click on the follow or click on the link. Give Mr. NBC a follow. And who knows, you might have a bit of fun in one of his streams. There we go. Yeah, so that is definitely going to be a good size field to start off with. Go down that edge there. Got to see where that edge is. So round about there. What I'll probably do is cut down here once I do get lined up round about where I am now. Cut down there. Let's go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little more. I think around about there should be fine. Should be fine. Obviously, once I get that other patch of land next door here, that is going to be fun. Obviously, I can expand this field then out further if need be, but obviously, I do eventually want to make this into a big industrial area. Really, is probably the best way of putting it. Across. Oh, one other thing as well, as it was released yesterday. Has anybody actually checked out the um, new Valtra equipment yet? The tractors? I know Mr. Dave showed them off yesterday in his stream. I've yet to actually look at them properly myself and even buy one. Obviously, to find anything, it's always best to go into the brands and then scroll down. Valtra. So obviously it's going to be in this category right here. So obviously we had the A come out. We had the N, the T, and the Q series. Is it that one? 3 point. That is what I'm mainly after, is the reversible driving abilities in these. And they're in all of them. Oh, nice one. I love having that steering wheel going backwards. It's cool fun. The thing is, would I want to replace an existing tractor or just buy a new one for a new job? I have no idea yet. I've got quite a few as it is, tractor-wise, already. So maybe that I'm replacing one of them. Right, so I think round about there should be about right. So I don't want to take it all the way, for the simple fact that's got quite a slope further down. The joys of creating fields. I don't know how Mr. Dave does it with all the using the compass itself. I do not know. I have enough trouble keeping a straight line at the best of times. Yeah, that's not too bad. Leave a bit of a nice little gap between the fields there, and then create that other one further down. Yep. I might have to take that back a little bit. Looking at that lineup. Yeah. So just so they marry up, and if I can do it quickly enough, I'm going to take it back to around about there, I think. Plants. Good enough. And come on. Dang, that was good going. And there's the border for that one. Yay! Now the fun part, just going up and down, up and down. There we go. Right, just make sure I got all of that. Which I think I did. Yep. Not too bad overall. I can cope with that, that's for sure. Obviously, I'm going to save that. What are you doing over there for? You dingbat. I have no idea. I'll sort that out later. Now, obviously, I know somebody was mentioning on, I think it was T Miller's stream the other day about storage for some of the mining material. Obviously, on the SGA website, I've done a silo, and also X-Man has a bulk storage. Depending on what you're really after, I don't know if you're actually out there, buddy, but oh, if I jump over here a sec. Oh. And ScouseLad01, thank you very much for the follow, welcome in, and thank you very much for the hydrate and posture check. I'll grab it now. Yep, I am all good, thank you very, very, very much. So obviously there's this silo here, it's just a simple edit of one of the base game ones, but it will take all of the mining materials that are on the map. Obviously that you'll find that under the Billy Alpaca mods on the SGA website. In addition, like I said, X-Man has also done some bulk storages, and somewhere around back here, there we go. So this is going to be them right here. Obviously he's converted them from 19 over to 22, and obviously with a bit of help from Mr. Darius, he's been able to actually just get a few tweaks done to it, and obviously these will also do your mining materials as well. Obviously if you come into the store under silos, I believe it is. Yep, right there. So it's the bulk storages, and if you can, I don't know if you guys can read it fully, but on you should be able to store compost, wood chips, potatoes, sugar beet cuts, peanuts, sugar cane, sand, silt, salt, ore, coal, bauxite, copper, galena, limestone, gypsum, calcium carbonate, clean fill, and currently stones in these. Holy heck, that's a heck of a list. I do know that X-Man at some point wants to maybe add in things like carrots and maybe some other root crops that are missing. I think it was mainly carrot he wanted added to it. Obviously there is an individual one as well on the website that does the carrots. So if you do need any thing for mining materials or your root crops, you can grab that as well. Personally, I'll probably grab that one over the one I've done, because then you do have that option of the mining materials and the root crops. Wow, that was one heck of a thunder blast. Yipes. Oh, I think we're going to be in for another light show here soon. That's going to be 3 nights on the trot, thunder and lightning. Great! Yay! Love it! I'll keep an eye on that. I do not want to end up like Mr. Yosho. That is for sure. Obviously, for any of you guys who weren't aware, obviously he does have a server machine, or did. Obviously, he was hit by some lightning about a month or so ago, and it ended up frying his entire system because it actually came in through the landline, from what I believe. Fried his system completely. Not good. You just had one an hour ago. Oh, okay, so you sent it to me this time, have you? Thank you very much, GamerPole. One nice thing with having a wireless headset, I can actually just look out the window. Oh my goodness, it's hammering down. Oh, that's nasty. Whew. Actually, I'm kind of lucky, really, I suppose, where I'm in a tower block. Hey KW, how you doing, buddy? Obviously being in a tower block, we don't really have too many electrical issues in here. But obviously there is that one chance that it could hit and end up frying everything. But yeah, how are you doing, Mr. KW? And the big, obviously as well, guys, tonight, Mr. Jababo is seemingly going to be doing his big reveal, or whatever is going on over there. I haven't got a clue. So obviously make sure to check him out when he does stream later on today. Um, let's give him a shout out. So there is the link. Make sure to click on the link, give him a follow, find out what the heck he's been keeping a secret all this time. Okay. Yeah, kind of hoping that it'll be going live in the next half an hour. I think it's usually around about 8 o'clock my time. He usually goes live, so fingers crossed we'll be able to actually raid over to him when he does go live. Holy heck. Yeah. Yeah, and obviously back in, oh, when was it? The mid 80s, I think it was. We had a big, huge, like, lot of wind, really strong wind and stuff in the UK. It was really horrible. I actually missed the whole thing because I slept right through it. It wasn't until the morning when I woke up, I found like trees down in the garden, sheds that were in the garden were like in the next door's garden. It's like, what the heck happened here? I literally slept through the whole thing, missed it all. Like it was a hurricane or something. I think it was come through. Hit most of the UK. That was a bad year. That was. That was definitely one bad year. You remember that one too, yeah. Yeah, I've always lived out in the countryside when I was growing up, so yeah, that was not a nice thing to wake up to, that's for sure. I do love a nice thunderstorm. Had one, I think it was Monday night, I think it was. Um, and obviously you get the initial lightning come down, but then in between the lightning come down. It was also streaking across the sky. It was kind of nice. Haven't seen that before. But yeah, definitely do like a nice thunderstorm. There we go. Yes. That's something that needs to add into this game thing as well. Is a nice thunderstorms at some certain points of the year. And that was worrying because one of the lights just started flickering.
Ah, that's not worrying. That's fun. Love it. I
But
would try to have a power outage someday soon.
eh,
Lets you gather your thoughts.
true. The other problem,
You
yeah,
can't use the computer.
yeah, can't go on YouTube. Well, I suppose I also got my phone. Um, I was trying to keep that topped up in case of an emergency. So yeah, but no computer. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Save regularly as well. Hopefully, I can go for at least another half an hour. Don't really want to jump off too soon. Might just sort of circle past and go away. It's not too loud at the minute, so it seems to be circling away, which is quite nice. Definitely don't want that hitting any of the power lines around here. There we go. Yeah, so as I'm slowly making my way back down there, so yeah, like mentioned, obviously I'm going to show off at least one more time. This trailer is now back from 19. Obviously, it is the PV one from all those PV maps. It does have obviously all the same decals in there for the 3am code, along with one new one, which is obviously for Mr. Reaper's new company that he works for. Obviously, the capacity goes from 30,000 to 100,000 litres. You got loads of different colour options on the main body itself, as well as the rim options, and obviously it does have license plate on the back now as well to marry in with all the 22 stuff. Obviously, you'll find that under the PV mods equipment. So obviously that will be coming out Friday. Obviously I'll drop a link in my stream on Friday for that, for anybody who wants it. I do just need to do one quick tweak to it and it should be fine. It's just a request from Mr. Dave here. Obviously it will also be added to the download for the map and probably the rest of the maps at some point. Obviously now that Mr. Dave wants to really focus on the new map, updates are going to be quite hit and miss, shall we say, because there isn't too much now to update. And I'm not really going to add too much visuals, like palette visuals and displays to many of the factories for the minute. I might just leave them till the next map comes out. So stuff like the Gold Master could maybe have a few. Trying to think what else there is. I actually have to have a look at the 19 ones, see which ones had the single line displays on them, and go from there. Maybe at some point I'll try and look into kind of ones like Archie Mobile did, those big displays. See if we can maybe get some of those working again from 19, doing it the same sort of way. Don't know if they'll be able to or not. Yeah. Yep. Gotta love those thunder and lightning storms. They always seem to come in the evening. That's what gets me as well. Why can't they do a bit during the day?
They want to keep you up at night.
Yeah, for sure. Next Monday it was going on till about 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it was, maybe a bit later. Oh, that was fun.
Mm.
Especially considering I was up at like 6:30 in the morning. Oh my goodness. What's the weather like over in America for you guys?
It's been raining for 4 days, pretty much
Wow.
almost straight now.
Still?
Just
Jesus.
light raining most of the time,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was drizzle. It looks like it may be breaking up pretty soon.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just here in New York, though.
Did you get out yesterday? Because I know after your stream you wanted to get that over to the
Yes,
shop.
it stopped for just a couple hours.
Oh, that's something then. That's something at least. Yeah, obviously it is a lot better to watch when it's darker. Um,
I will say though, on my walk, I was like looking like might get poured on because it was dark and wasn't long before I got back. It started raining again.
yeah. Yep. Actually, Touchwood so far, been okay with the school runs. Obviously yesterday, dropping off the daughter, when she was walking in, it started rain. It was raining then, quite heavily, but it was only literally lasted like maybe 5 minutes, so she would have been quite okay. Um, but afternoon and obviously today, it's been perfectly fine when doing the school runs. It just seems to be the in between bits where the rain's coming now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I definitely like seeing thunder and lightning, or lightning at least anyway. Can't really see thunder, can you? Yeeps. You have to be a very, very special person to see thunder.
Yeah.
How would we do it? Oh, out of curiosity, I don't know if anybody's able to get hold of Evil Reyes, but he's still showing his live as well. I know he raided into Team Miller earlier this afternoon from when he was streaming, or this morning.
Got 15 people watching. Are you sure he's not back live?
No, I actually went on there. It was just before I started streaming. I actually jumped in, and there's nobody there. It's just showing his Steam page, and it looks like it's still
Oh,
the same. It must have been in a
must
really,
have had a rough night,
or I think he was in a rush to get to work, and literally
maybe.
just raided over to Team Miller and then disappeared. But obviously he's still showing us live at the minute.
Hey, he's getting some viewers.
Yeah,
Got 13 people, 15,
whether
13.
anybody's commenting, that's another thing. um, it should be.
I'm gonna do that for now on. Just gonna
Yeah,
leave my stream running all the time.
yeah. Why not? Got a nice little picture there, or
7
something.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time in approximate
Yeah.
four and a
So
half
what's that?
hours.
4.5 hours. Yep. And obviously, if you're not following Mr. Dashnet, please go over there and check him out. Obviously, he has been doing a lot of map making recently. There you go. And obviously, somebody who's just recently started doing maps is Mr. Culp there. And I'll give you a shout out as well. Make sure to go over and check both of them out. Ooh, that's your needle. Hello? Actually, one thing I do want to mention is that obviously if you've got the Critters mod, it adds some really weird sounds into your game. And at the minute, I'm still waiting to see the little firebugs, whatever you want to call them, at night. I haven't come across any yet. I'm kind of annoyed.
You're annoyed.
I am. I want to see some fireflies or whatever you want to call them, firebugs. Actually, I'm going to.
Fireflies.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that there a sec.
Lightning bugs or fireflies.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that there a sec. I'm going to have a run around. Where would you normally find them? Around water sources and stuff? Or just anywhere?
Uh, Often around water sources, I
Okay.
suppose.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a little run up to this pond up here and see if I can spot any. It might be too early, I'm not sure. Ba-da-ba-dum. But obviously, when you go up near water sources as well, you start hearing like the toads and stuff, and frogs, should say,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of nice. So it's basically taken, from what I understand, the script that Thunder did, and obviously adding in additional sound effects and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not seeing any yet. It might be too early yet. I've seen them in people's streams. Like I think it was T Miller was showing off when the mod first came out. But as yet, I have not seen any on mine. But yeah, kind of a shame, really. I want to see some lightning bugs, or what we would call them, fireflies. Nope, I'm not seeing any around here. That's a shame. Maybe a bit darker. Would need to be. I don't know.
He might put him. I don't know where. Yeah, sure where they would have put it in.
Because there's that pond there. If they come up in smaller ponds, I've got another one as well. Or a couple around the map I can try. There's one up here. Sheeps, hello sheeps. There's another one I was playing around with. Some of the landscaping. There's a little pond I put in here as well. Creativity. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything around here yet, so I have to have a look at, see if there's a timer or something on them. But there you go, if you listen carefully, you can hear like the frogs chirping, which is kind of cool. I'm easily amused. Almost makes you want to go try and find the little buggers. Yeah, nope. Not seeing any little fireflies yet. See, the other thing is, I don't know if they're going to be in a certain areas on the map or um, all throughout the map. See, obviously this is going to be in like an elm. This is part of the Elm Creek, so let's have a look at this pond area over here. Also listening as well at the same time. Yeah, not seeing any. Ew, hello. Oh, I love a bit of that. Spoilers. Might have to come back when it's a little bit darker. Hello, again. Dang. It was a good idea to come over to this pond. I just found 2 license plates. Not seeing any. That's a shame. Oh, I have come back when it's a little bit darker. Anyway, back to my ploughing field. Yeah, so out of curiosity for all those people out there, have any of you tried the critters mode out yet and seen like the fireflies, and have you heard any different sounds on your save games, your maps? I'm gonna be nosy. See if there's like a timer spot on them. WolfCreek, critters, icon, set template, critters. What? Let's see. So, cleaned up code, reduced multiple functions for cascade and burn single function. Added owls, frogs, and hawks. Ah, okay. Yep, I've definitely heard a few of them around, especially the hawks. Excuse me. Who said you could fool up? Let's see. Lightning bugs. Where wave blink to time. Just trying to see if there's like a time when they sort of come on and go off. I am so glad that I'm not reading this out loud because there is a swear word in the Lua. That is terrible. That is terrible. These script editors should learn to behave.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's basically saying there's not enough effing documentation to figure out how to do stuff.
Like in the Lua?
In the Lua, yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love it. Well, no offense, but if you're a half decent modder, I'm sure you'd be able to figure it out from obviously if it is obviously Thunder's scripts that they're using, or even Giants. But yeah, I don't know. My gosh. Let's see. If did I zero then it looks like these are set to start really around about midnight. I'm guessing. Hmm. I don't know. So it says Arthur Steve Mills, Armpit Studios. Okay.
Well, no offense, but the name isn't very appealing.
Yeah, not really, but oh my goodness. So da, 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 da. Yeah, it's looking close to like around about midnight for most of this stuff kicking in. Ugh. Okay. Oh well. Maybe that's why I never see them, because normally I'll just sort of. Recently I've been zooming through the night, so that's probably where it's missing that then. And to stay up all night and see the critters. That's not a bad little picture. Yeah. Gotta love it. I do hope Mr. Jababo's going to be streaming tonight. If not, I'm going to have to find someone else to raid over to. But I do see a couple of people out there, so that's not too bad anyway. So, not too bad of a choice. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yep, indeed, Mr. Pro. Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Cope is still out there, but I know another person, if he ever gets stuck for getting answers for map making or even modding, would also be Shy Wizard. 'Cause I know he's done quite a lot of map work as well. I remember seeing a comment in one of the channels on the SGA Discord. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was Shy Wizard who ended up answering it. So, yeah. There's plenty of people out there, to be honest. Obviously, you got NBC, JD occasionally. All them good guys out there who are good at map making. Dajal Crew, how are you doing, buddy? And I'm going to need to give you a shout out. Oh, thank you, Mr. KW. I almost had the last letter there. Make sure to go over check out Mr. Dajal Crew. He is an awesome streamer and member of the community. And has quite a fun little name. It's very similar to somebody else who is in chat with me at the minute.
Yep. Hey, Dad.
Yes, we do have Mr. Dashnet as well in chat. Yeah, we are having great fun actually. Just currently creating a new field on PV WolfCreek. And
What
for actually just a quick one, I know some of you guys
like
have
I'm
seen it.
talking to myself.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? So obviously this is the area down here that I'm currently working on. Obviously got to figure out what other crops I want to get, but obviously I want to leave some of these bare so I can get some grains in later on in the year. I do need to get this area up here sorted out at some point as well. I want to take the grass away and put something else there. Get some crop rotation going. And that bit of thunder was getting rather close, sounds like.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, please last a little bit longer. um, Yeah, obviously, I didn't really see any of Dave's maps till PB County. Um, so for anyone who wasn't aware, obviously, one mouse, um, or yeah, one mouse 2222 or mouse 2222 on YouTube, was actually streaming PB County after it was released, and obviously that was when I sort of, because I've known him for quite a while. I was watching like a few of his live streams and stuff, asking questions and that kind of got me into playing one of Dave's maps. Obviously, at the time I was on a laptop, so I was very reluctant. And obviously, being his county is a 16x map, I was very, very reluctant. But eventually, took the plunge. Downloaded obviously the PV map, um, county, the assets, the mod pack, and everything, and just literally fell in love with the map. I've actually still got my original save game um, from when I was playing on the laptop. So obviously, I ended up finding Dave and a lot of the other crew on Twitch, and I just followed. And what, a year or so on now, I've actually been honoured to join the crew, help out Dave a lot. I hope where I can, and yeah, it's just been absolutely amazing. So if it wasn't for one mouse 2222 or mouse 2222 on YouTube, I wouldn't be here today. That is for sure. Because it was him who introduced me to these maps. And I'm so grateful for that. And if you do exclamation mark mouse, I believe it is in chat, it'll give you the YouTube link to that, to his channel. I know at the minute he's not really streaming many of Dave's maps, but the simple fact he's really waiting on Dave's new one to come out. So he's sort of checking out a lot of the other maps that are out there at the moment and doing a lot of War Thunder as well. Actually, I want to just double check that, make sure I did get that right. Yeah, exclamation mark mouse. Definitely well worth checking out. And he is also now an SGA member as well. The only YouTuber, I believe, at the moment over there who does live streams. So I'd definitely check him out. Um, one of my favourite things. I did so much landscaping and decoration on there. It was so much fun. Yeah. Obviously, the worst thing is obviously with PV Count, where what was big and the way 19 was set up, it was kind of hard to really do a lot of landscaping. Obviously, on Wolf Creek here, I've done a heck of a lot of landscaping. As I've like shown off earlier in the stream, so I can't really do much at the minute because it is dark. But the amount of money that I've spent landscaping on this map is ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Also, I know a lot of that came in when he did the Uncharted map for 19, with obviously the blacktop with the lines and stuff. That was kind of cool, where you could create your own roadways. Obviously, I know some of it's been
Mm-hmm.
brought over as well. Obviously, that is one thing I would have liked really actually now, is having the blacktop with some of those lines on this one. So you could
Next
actually
one,
do,
maybe.
yeah, maybe the next one. So I could do like my truck bays easier. Ha! Only kidding.
Well, you could do it with the other lines. There are
Yeah, I
lines
can.
there, but you don't like the natural concrete?
Not really. I just like. I think it's weird because obviously my mum used to work on a forecourt, and it was always that sort of black top, tarmac, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just stuck where there's petrol station or fuel station, whatever you want to call it. It has
I'm
to
gonna
be
have
a
to see
black
if I
top for
can
me.
put a. I want see to me the blacktop looks too pristine clean. I got to
Yeah,
get one that has some more detail so it doesn't look like it's brand new, but I'll have to figure
actually,
out. I'll have
There,
to make one.
I wonder, oil stains.
Yeah,
Um,
but you can't do that. Well, you could put an oil stain on top of it, a
yeah.
decal, but to paint it in, I'm just gotta find
Um,
something that will look
did I have
not
it? Did I?
repetitive, but a little bit rougher.
Oh, did
Maybe
I
not
download
maybe
that?
not make it pitch black, but make it a little, I don't know.
Slightly off
It's tough.
with some cracks in it, and yeah, worn in, shall we say?
Yeah, a little
See,
worn down.
nope. Ah, dang it. Do I have them? See, I've got that, but there's the short ones. But I'm sure I seen the other day oil stains as well. I think it was part of the Alien Gym stuff. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Nope, it's not gonna be any of the trees I would have thought. Dang, can't find them now. But yeah, I'm sure I've seen some placeable oil stains that would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Gamer Paul. Obviously, we had a big thunderclap a minute ago here, but it seems to have sort of headed off in the opposite direction quite nicely. So, um, right. So, Billy, did you just start on here, or have you been on it for a while? I've been on this since pre-release. I was one of the ones honoured to do some of the testing on the map before it was on WolfCreek before it was released. Um, so yeah, I've been gone quite a while. The only thing I think's messed up at the minute is my hours currently on the map. For the simple fact is about a month ago, when I was streaming, I'm sure the hours on here said over 900. I was closing in on the 1,000 mark, but for some reason, when I did an update to Steam, it's changed my total on here to just over just under 800 hours on the map. But even that's quite impressive, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so obviously I am on to year 11 now. Um, Obviously earlier in the stream I was going on about the factories I've currently got in the map. Only got literally about maybe 4 or 5 left to actually be placed down. So, um, also obviously because obviously you've not really been in here before in one of my streams. So obviously I'm Billy Alpaca 78, and I'm the person who's been helping Mr. Dave out, or Mr. Dashnet here, converting the factories over from 19 to 22. Obviously, I help out on the Facebook, on the SGA website, the PV Mods website, and yeah, I'm that crazy muppet. So if you get an answer from a Billy Alpaca, it's usually me. But yeah, I tried. The main reason I wanted to focus on the factories is to give Dave that little bit of time to work on the map more. Wow, that is some weird noises kicking in. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, sorry about that. So, um, obviously, because I've got the Critters mods, every now and again you get some really weird sounds going off at different. It must be an hourly thing, so it's kind of cool. Loud locust. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was that a locust or was that some type of frog or something. That was definitely a weird one. I haven't heard that one before. That's why I thought I'd stop and listen to it. So, but obviously the main reason that I wanted to try and run through the night a little bit is to see, because obviously with the Critters mod is you get the little fireflies popping up, and as yet I have not heard them. I've heard the eagle, I've heard a few owls, obviously the frogs and stuff, but that's something that I have not seen yet in here. But yeah, I try and help out where I can, to be honest. And streaming wise, it's actually coming up to a year actually for me streaming now. I think I've got another month if I remember rightly, so it's kind of cool.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It certainly does. So who knows what the next year will unfold for me? I don't know. And obviously Dave and the rest of the crew. I'm trying to figure out what that one is. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys know of I think it's a bird called Hooper. It's got that sort of resonating sound. I have no idea what the heck that one was.
I can't hear because I have it muted.
I know. But I'm hoping some of those guys out there who are listening might recognise some of the sounds.
Maybe it was a
Ah.
loon. No.
Yeah, no worries. To give support and help out, being a major. Well, I do try and help out where I can, like I said. And obviously, one of the latest projects, obviously it was started off by Mr. Culp, is obviously converting over the tanker. Obviously I've just gone through and finished the little edits here and there to that he was having issues with, warnings and errors. So yeah, that is back as well. That'll be released on Friday stream, guys. Actually, speaking of Friday streams, I'm just about done for today. I'm actually going to stop it there. I'm going to save you because I do need to jump off. I do have an ice cream actually waiting for me right now. So I'm going to go over to the ending screen. I also have the washing up to do and yeah, all that fun dabby doozy stuff. I'm going to hit the credits and say one big huge thank you to each and every one of you guys out there. Obviously, Farmer Chucky23 for the follow. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. Scouts Lad 01 for the follow. Obviously, big thanks to Mr. Daj L Crew for coming in. Obviously, I've seen him quite a few times his streams and in other chats. I think it's the first time you've actually been able to catch me. Righty. So yeah, big, huge thanks to all you guys out there. And I need to find someone to raid over to. Um, is Mr. Jab up yet? Yes, he is. I see that Mr. Jababo is currently live. He's got 3 viewers at the minute. So it's just his countdown going. So what I think we'll do is we'll go over, give him a um, raid, and see what he's actually going on over there. But yeah, big huge thanks to all you guys for coming out. I need to find him now. Dang you, Jab. There he is. It wasn't on my list there for a sec. Yeah, so like I said, I will be back on Friday. Um, Obviously, it's going to be the 2 hours prior Mr. Dajnet going live on a Friday. I'll be streaming a little bit more. Obviously, last thing is be safe, guys. No matter what the weather is out there, it's not worth dying for, that's for sure. So, till next time, let me move that across there a sec so I can keep an eye on that screen. I will see you again soon, and obviously check out Mr. Dajnet later as well. Obviously, we'll be creating some more of the new map. And there he is. Catch you all later, guys. And have fun in Mr. Jababo's stream.
See you later, all.
Bye.